If you are trying to get into cybersecurity, do not build another random port scanner and stop there. Build something that sounds like real security work in an interview, and AI SOC alert triage agent, not an agent that magically replaces analysts, not a chatbot that explains what phishing is, a workflow that takes noisy SIEM alerts, adds context, groups related activity, scores urgency, and prepares a clean triage packet for a human analyst. That kind of project lets you talk about alerts, enrichment, false positives, escalation documentation, and analyst judgment. That is much stronger than saying I made an AI summarize logs. Here's the real SOC problem. Alerts are noisy. A SIEM might fire on failed logins, suspicious PowerShell, impossible travel malware, detections, EDR events, firewall blocks, and weird user behavior. Some alerts are urgent. Some are duplicates. Some are false positives. Some only matter because of who the user is or what system was touched. If every alert gets treated the same, analysts waste time. If the wrong alert gets ignored, the organization misses risk. So the goal is not just to collect alerts. The goal is to triage them intelligently. Start simple. Your portfolio version does not need a real Splunk or Sentinel environment on day one. Use a CSV or JSON file with mock alerts. Each alert should include the rule name severity, source IP, destination IP, username, hostname, timestamp, event type, and a short description. Then add a second file for context, asset criticality, department, user role, internet exposure, known admin accounts, prior alert count, maybe a mock threat intelligence flag for suspicious IPs or domains. Now your project is not just parsing logs. It is making decisions with security context. The agent should enrich each alert before scoring it. An alert for failed logins against a test machine is one thing. Failed logins against a domain admin account are different. Suspicious PowerShell on a normal workstation is interesting. Suspicious PowerShell on a server holding sensitive data is more serious. That is the point of enrichment. The same technical event can mean different things depending on the user, asset history, and exposure. Make the scoring explainable. Do not hide everything behind an AI model. Add weight if the asset is critical. Add weight if the user has privileged access. Add weight if the source IP is suspicious. Add weight if multiple alerts happen close together. Add weight if the event touches authentication, endpoint execution, or sensitive systems. Lower the score if the pattern is a known false positive. Lower it if the alert already has an open case. Lower it if the asset is a lab machine with low business impact. The output should not just be high, medium, or low. It should explain why. This is where the project starts feeling real. A weak script treats every alert separately. A better triage agent groups related alerts. Maybe one user has failed logins, then a successful login, then suspicious PowerShell, then an outbound connection to a suspicious IP. Those should not be 4 disconnected alerts. They should become one incident candidate with a timeline. That is a much better story in an interview. I built a workflow that groups alerts by user, host, time window, and behavior pattern so the analyst can review the full picture. The final output should look like something an analyst would actually use. Create a triage packet with the alert summary, affected user, affected host, timeline enrichment details, priority score, reason for the score, recommended next action, evidence links, and whether a human should escalate, monitor, or dismiss. If you want to make it stronger, generate both markdown and JSON. Markdown is easy to read. JSON is easy to send into another tool later. The human gate matters. The agent should not automatically declare an incident. It should recommend. It should say, this looks high priority because a privileged user had multiple failed logins followed by a successful login from a suspicious location. Then the analyst can approve escalation, request more context, or mark it as a false positive. That shows you understand the difference between automation and blind trust. For version 1, keep it small. Create 20 to 50 mock alerts. Create a small asset and user context file. Write a script that loads the alerts, enriches them, scores them, groups, related events, and outputs triage packets. Then add one AI step. Have the model turn the structured evidence into a concise analyst summary. Do not let the model invent facts. Give it the fields and tell it to summarize only from the evidence. That is enough for a strong portfolio demo. Here's how you explain it in an interview. I built an AI-assisted SOC alert triage workflow. It ingests SIEM-style alerts, enriches them with asset and user context, groups related activity, calculates an explainable urgency score, and generates analyst-ready triage packets. I kept human approval in the loop before escalation. That answer shows security thinking. It shows automation thinking. It shows that you understand analyst workflow, not just tools. If I were trying to get into cybersecurity today, this is one of the first portfolio projects I would build. An AI SOC alert triage agent that turns noisy alerts into explainable analyst work. If you are finding this content useful, please subscribe, like, and comment.